evening in context and introduced Della Leaders Club. Who better than the founder and the moving spirit behind what is going to be a world and a global movement, a game changer who leads from the front, a design and architecture maverick with no formal training, the utterly unstoppable genius who conceived and promises to make DLC a force to reckon with. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Jimmy Mystery.
A very, very warm welcome from all of us here at DLC. It's indeed great pleasure. Today we are launching our second committee, Global CSR and Philanthropy Committee, with all of you present here from the studios at Della headquarters in Mumbai. It gives me great pleasure when I reflect back on the last 12 months to understand how far we've traveled, what have we achieved, and what is the way forward. Today we are at 2,100 honorary committee members. The concept of 26 committees has worked very well. Some of the most amazing men and women of eminence are on board. Each and every committee is being embellished with the finest men and women, not just from India, but from New York, from London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, Bangkok, and 9 cities in India, apart from a global committee. Our endeavor at DLC is to make sure that we become the largest support system and a platform for entrepreneurs, professionals, and young leaders. This platform is meant to be a genuine support system, something that was lacking across the world. What we've created has been well-planned, intention, and implemented, be it the world of forums, be it the world of DLC knowledge, where we plan to shoot, record, edit, and produce more than 300 pieces of video content a month, divided between 26 genres of specialization, which we call as committees. There is brand collapse, there is a separate dedicated team working on it, and then there is a combination of lifestyle activities, U-turn events, in-person meetings, online, offline combinations. It is a lot to offer across all on one platform. We realized that and we have geared for it. We have more than 100 employees full-time working in DLC right now, and as we speak, we are adding an entire production crew consisting of more than 65 more people across only in India. Will be more than 165 people full-time dedicated to the purpose and cause of DLC. This is going to be backed up by our global teams present in New York, London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai. Our Dubai office is operational at DIFC, and very soon as travel is permitted, our New York operations will be on as well, in a quest and endeavor to spread to the next phase of expansion. Next phase, we are expanding to 15 more cities, soon to be launched in January next year. We are launching in LA, Washington DC, Houston, Boston, Chicago. In US, 5 cities in India, apart from Paris, Milan, and Rome. 15 more cities is our quest every 6 months. We overall plan to expand to 120 cities in the next 5 years. Let us explain to you why we've created DLC, CSR and Philanthropy Committee. Let our chair of the committee, Dr. Bhaskar Chatterjee, to come and do the needful. I would request Amitesh to introduce him and invite him across to this gathering. Thank you.
Dr. Bhaskar Chatterjee, consultant and chair of the DLC CSR and Philanthropy Committee, is widely acclaimed as a father of CSR in India and a management practitioner, theorist, and teacher. May I invite Dr. Chatterjee to say a few words?
Thank you for that wonderful and very flattering introduction, Amitesh. This is a great occasion for us to be here. And Jimmy, may I ask you to come on board so that you can share the stage with me?
Pleasure to be with you. We've got a small video prepared across for the CSR and Philanthropy Committee. Can we go ahead with the launch, please?
gives me so much pleasure to officially launch the DLC Global CSR and Philanthropy Committee. And indeed, it is an honor and a privilege to chair a committee that has within its fold some of the best and the brightest luminaries from across the globe. It will be our constant endeavor, Jimmy, going forward, to create through our deliberations, our discussions, interactions and exchanges, truly valuable knowledge content. Because we have on board some of the finest minds in the spheres of CSR and philanthropy, our efforts will help members of DLC with future-ready, original content to conduct their businesses, and this I repeat, more responsibly, more sensitively and more caringly. I know that this is at the heart of what you want. From the side of DLC, when we talk about CSR and philanthropy, I would like to make this announcement that we are here with a pro bono effort to help trusts, foundations, NGOs who are today struggling to get on board and really deliver. So as we launch this today, I'm very happy to say that DLC Committee on CSR and Philanthropy will set a benchmark that others will find very hard to emulate. All the best to you.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Thank you. I completely resonate, and in my initial talk, I didn't talk about social impact, but let me assure you, 50% of DLC is about social impact. So just as we've got 26 committees, 13 in business and 13 in lifestyle, and some amazing men and women are part of that community in those committees, we also have created 54 social impact causes, and each of these causes are directly related to our committees. Each of these causes will be using the subject matter experts and the technical skill set available within those committees to deliver social impact. Be join hands with other not-for-profit, join hands with other NGOs and curate support system for those communities and people who believe in those causes. Very soon in the next fortnight, you'll be able to visit Social Impact on delaleaders.com and evaluate which social impact community do you wish to be a part of. What resonates with you emotionally and what are you excited about delivering value to? So that's what DLC is all about. We've created a special handle on LinkedIn as a closed user community so that we can communicate with each other more effectively. We can share our knowledge and ideas across on LinkedIn, apart from our CSR and Philanthropy Committee on our platform, where the content is going to reside. I would request you to launch the LinkedIn handle. Would really love to see all of you engaging there on this particular handle, commenting, communicating, expressing, sharing, and contributing. So thankful to you for launching it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite our DLC honorary committee members to say a few words.
It's a great honor to be a member of this honorary committee. As we all know, climate change, pandemics like COVID, loss of biodiversity, social inequality, it's all big challenges we cannot solve on our own. We need to work together. And that's why I'm engaged in this committee to bring in new ideas how to rethink the way how we manage our business. And I think this is a great opportunity for all of us to really bring business and society together and closer to each other again. And thank you very much for this great opportunity.
It is an honor to be part of this organization. And I am seeing a number of great things coming out of the organization. Without repeating what others have said, our world needs to change. This is why we need to make sure that in our own small way, make a little difference, and that little difference, I will make a little difference, you will make one, and by the time we end up, it will be a big whole, and that is what will sustain our plan. Thank you very much.
Good evening, very good afternoon, very good morning, everyone. Such an exciting initiative. I'd like to thank Mr. Mistry as well as Dr. Chatterjee, with whom I had the great pleasure to work before. Today, more than ever before, CSR is so crucial everywhere in the world. I think we could maybe introduce some of the members of the global chapter. We have many all over the world, and I've been kindly asked to introduce a few of our colleagues. For example, we have Kate Williams, who's a public face and voice for the 1%. We have Dr. Lucasson, passionate crusader of CSR over several years, and Ilal Al-Salmi, co-author of CSR Best Practices on Man in the World, with various academic papers published as well. We have Manad Abokar, a global representative for the royal family of UAE. We have also Giulio Toscani, with 15 years of experience teaching and designing programs in business schools in particular and for multinational companies. So this is to say that we are many in the global chapter, all extremely excited to participate to this new initiative.
Thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor and pleasure to be part of this global group. I believe that there's nothing we cannot do when we join hands and work together. So to be part of a community that we all want to lift the world, it is an honor for me.
Thank you so much. Lovely being here. As a social entrepreneur, I realized that it's important at some point to disentangle yourself from petty troubles in life and associate yourself with a higher cause that impacts the society at large.
It fills my heart to see more than 100 of you logged in from across the world through different time zones, right from New York till Calcutta, Bangkok, Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore. It's amazing to see all of you participate. Almost the entire committee is there. Would love to take any kind of questions that you guys have, so I can explain anything that comes to your mind that you would wish to ask.
This is Roma Balwani from Vedanta. I must compliment DLC for creating this very unique platform. One thing that I am very passionate about is the disability sport, and there are not many organizations that support that. So what is your view on that?
Roma, we are looking at multiple facets, like I said, and disability is very high on our agenda. When you look at the 54 social impact causes that we propose to work on, disability is going to be one such thing, not only in third world countries, but even in developed countries. Disability, of course, is given a lot of prominence compared to where we are, but there is a lot of catching up to do across. One of our causes is going to be disability, and we'll pull in all the resources, and I'm sure a lot of people globally in DLC platform will want to be a part of that community that works towards improving the lives and the whole experience of people across with disabilities on planet Earth.
Thank you, Jimmy, and good luck. And thank you, Dr.Bhaskar Chatterjee, for being the chair, and very happy to be part of your committee. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pradeep Sangwan, directly from the mountains, Himalayas. I've been working here for the last 6 years now. Biggest issue that I've seen in terms of CSR was that most of the corporates, they have some sort of limitation in terms of where they can spend that CSR. There is some sort of radius. They can't go beyond that. If you can, kind of shed some light on this aspect also. How exactly can we make it more flexible in terms of CSR corporates to reach out to the most rural Himalayan region or maybe rural part of the world?
Within the ESG committee, it would be our mandated norm to work towards every aspect of environment that we can. One thing we want to do in this organization, which is going to be different from the rest of the people, is to make ourselves accountable. So whatever we achieve, we are here standing on the stage, good, bad, ugly. If we think we've not achieved, we'll pivot from there. But there'll be brutal honesty, there'll be brutal accountability. So it is not just for launches and big words and shows, but at the end of the day, on ground, we'll be genuinely implementing as much as we can. We've got DLC Genie as an application that people can count on, and you can stay assured that anything that any of our honorary committee members suggests is going to be looked at with very focused vision, and we'll try and see how we can measure the change that we plan to bring across to globally to the world.
What we have done in India is try to create an ecosystem where after 7 years of the CSR legislation, a lot of corporates are now diversifying. The immediate radius that you were talking about is pretty much exhausted. Now corporates are hungry for doing different things, challenges that they need to take up. So we will do the best that we can from our committee to assist you in this endeavor.
I'm Dr. Mahesh Thakur from Pune. Pune is a kind of city in India which talks about education and educational hub, but still we are struggling about the CSR certification or something like that. I felt it's some courses that we need to launch, and we need to get more of the things in that too.
Let me give you the good news. A DLC knowledge platform has 26 committees. CSR and Philanthropy Committee will have all the knowledge that needs to reside. Every content generation that we do based on the blueprint we've selected for CSR and Philanthropy, you can stay assured that we'll be having a content piece that we'll generate with you. You can speak your mind out across over there, and people on the other end will be receptible and will be more than happy to see the kind of course that is there and consume it. It's completely their wish. All the content is going to be shot, recorded, edited in our own studios, and hence you can stay assured it's going to be very, very different from normal noise that's existing out on the web. So you can look forward to fantastic content, and knowledge sharing can happen there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
First of all, congratulations, and thank you, Dr. Chatterjee, for also including me in this really august organization. And Jimmy, congratulations to you for such a great feat. I have a couple of quick questions. First one is, what are some of the quick wins, Jimmy, that you are seeing this entire organization getting ahead with? And the second one is, what are some of the social impact investing opportunities that you are already envisaging that would come forth in the near future or in the extended future?
So impact investment is the buzzword right now. Our ESG committee is filled with women who specialize in impact investment, and we are quite fortunate and lucky to have them. If you go and Google up at a platform, or if you go ahead and ask us on DLC Genie, we can connect you to the entire world of impact investing that exists within the world of DLC. The big wins for DLC are ability to scale up, sustain, create local communities, and continue scaling. Because the biggest win can be when we touch the maximum number of human lives. So we have two ways of measuring it. For us, the currency that exists on DLC platform, for every human who's attached with the DLC ecosystem, is how many human lives you've touched, how many human lives you've impacted. And that's the only currency we recognize, we respect. Or how have you helped planet Earth in terms of sustainability? These are the two currencies that we recognize.
We are trying to make our techniques more and more sophisticated to answer queries about, if I devoted a certain quantum of resources, financial resources, to getting a project done, at the end of that project, how much did I actually achieve? And we can quantify that. So we are moving away from just quality standards to quantity standards as well, and we will try and achieve that to the best of our ability.
Dr. Bhaskar, thank you for chairing this committee. Now, there is one thing I wanted to highlight is, how do we actually reach out to the youth, make them aware that CSR is not just a tick mark, it's not just a thing that has to be done by an organization, but it is something that has to be inculcated in the DNA, where we learn to create a shared value right from the beginning, and that is what will make them great leaders.
Thank you. It's a good question. And let me assure you that within the foundation DNA of DLC, we've got entrepreneurs, professionals, and young leaders. These are the young leaders that you're talking about, who are leaders of tomorrow. Because innovation and staying ahead of the curve can only happen with the younger generation being involved. Most institutions in the world shy away from bringing these three TGs together on a common platform. It's best that we rub shoulders with them, keep them close to us, so that we are always ahead of the curve in whichever genre of discipline or management that we are in or work we are in.
There's one question which I have for Dr. Chatterjee. CSR alone is kind of limited in its scope unless it's linked to sustainability.
Yes, Nayan, I really can't emphasize that point enough. I've always said this from many platforms, that any subject which is not backed up by up-to-the-minute research dies. It dies a natural death. So let me pledge to you today that in the way that we take this committee forward, and with your cooperation, Jimmy, we will encourage real field-level research that gives us knowledge as well as information.
Thanks, Jimmy, and thanks, Dr. Chatterjee. My question is, are we aligning with the UN SDG, that's Sustainable Development Goals?
Yes. Out of the UN 17 SDGs, we've been aligning right from the beginning. We are very aware about it. And our portal development is actually on the lines of UN SDGs. So the 54 social impact causes we mapped are almost each aligning across with them. We've not tried to superimpose and make sure that we just copy the goal and try and continue from there and say, okay, we are aligned, but we genuinely wish to deliver results. So you can stay assured, our eyes are very close on the 17 SDGs. At some stage, we will try and liaise with UN as much as we can, because we'll be one organization, one community that's going to be comply night and day to all the 17 SDGs. And it's going to be magical. At the end of the year, we plan to do 19 global summits, and CSR and Philanthropy Global Summit is going to be headquartered in Lonavala. At the end of the year, we should be proudly standing and not talking about what we plan to do the next year, but talking about what we've achieved in this year. So we will now try and very quickly introduce our global committee city by city as we can. Let me begin with the first city, New York.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. It is absolutely a pleasure to be here with all of you today. I'm so very impressed. And now I'd like to just introduce a few members of the New York chapter. And starting with Arzon Samwadia, president of Benzina, leading 30,000 Precies of North America, and Mona Sakura, directing attorney of a Los Angeles nonprofit firm, Asanka Pedraja, practicing attorney at law of Catherine Mission, Rosenman, LLC, Anastasia Crespo, whose focus ranges from women's empowerment, environmental conservation, and financial education, and H.E. Dr. Raphael Richard Eluemuno Ajalie, Vice President of Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And finally, we've already heard a little from John Airhart Witte, Global Goodwill Ambassador of Desire to Inspire Foundation. Of this council, thank you so much to be together and join together in heart and hand.
First person I have here is Malcolm Dibu, and Malcolm works for NGOs in 5 countries, including Italy and the United Kingdom. Then the next individual I have here is Kosh Kanodia. He was the, I hope it's a he, a torchbearer for the Paralympics in London in 2012. Then I have Pesh Pramji. They were awarded the Personality of the Year in 2020 by the IAB. Then I have welcome to you too. Gillies was listed amongst 100 most meaningful business leader for 2020 and 100 most influential in UK-India relations. Then I have Lina Peak, top 100 most socially impactful leaders in education. Then I have Balwani Singh Shekhwat, leads the Shire Patra Foundation. Then I have Cadence Willis, Global Director of Employee Engagement and CSR. Then I have Sean Haldane, trustee of an international education charity. And finally, I have Celine Gigi-Bassi Doka, winner of FBN NXG Lombard Order Award, carried to win Camp Daring FB Top Next Generation Entrepreneur Award.
Now we move to the Dubai chapter. I would like to invite Gulshan Kavrana.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. I would like to introduce 3 people. There's Noha Hefni, a co-founder, global ambassador for female civility. We have Mahesh Menda, chairman of a charitable hospital in Mumbai. And then we've got Sarina Wasmani, a conglomerate that has operated businesses in automobiles, agriculture, and food distribution in Nigeria. Welcome, Sarina.
And next to the Singapore chapter. So may I invite Suketu Shah, Director, Novotech.
Next is the Hong Kong chapter. And I would like to invite Rosie Sekri. 30 years in philanthropy, this young thought leader has reached more than 1 million children. Focusing her attention on poverty elevation, women's rights and child welfare. We move over to the Mumbai chapter. Pooja Kapoor. She's won the Karamveer Puraskar for her social endeavors and has co-founded a design brand to provide income to marginalized sections of society. Would love to hear from you.
My name is Pooja Kapoor, and I'd love to introduce some of the other members of the We are Priya Deshpande, founder and member of Triumph Organization. We have Sohani Jalota, who was the Glamour Winner of the Year Award and her enterprise Maanch Foundation was endorsed by Prince Family and me. Niyati Chanakya, she was invited across Mumbai and India. Mukesh Bhargava, he's been honored as one the top 100 promising SME business leaders by India SME Forum. Roxanne is an active leader with her community and well known for her cozy causes for senior citizens who people with special needs. Sora Kodris, graduate from Stanford University, a doctor, teacher, private school in Mumbai.
Pooja, thank you for those introductions.
Thank you.
Another amazing lady with us, Khurshid Kurodi.
Thank you very much. I work largely in human rights and poverty alleviation. I have the privilege this evening, Roma Balwani. She's an independent director and board member for John Cockrell India. Sir Dr. Uzaifa Kurakiwala, founder of the World Peacekeepers Movement. Ganesh Nayak, philanthropist and an ardent animal lover. Anahita Goenka, she is the brains behind some iconic work. They've brought her many laurels on international award platforms like Cannes, WARC 100, Jayashiat, FE. Samar Sheikh, podcaster on sustainability, serial entrepreneur, environmentalist. Professor Dr. Natarajan, who I've had the privilege of working with, Padma Shri awardee, one of the highest civilian awards by the President of India. And Sapna Kar, prominent advisory on the Indian art scene.
We're going on to the next chapter, Delhi, which is huge and big. We've got amazing people. We have Deepa De, Head Communication and Sustainability, Nutrition and Special Projects, HUL. Pradeep Sangwan, Founder Healing Himalayas. Nikhil Pant, CEO of Richa. Akash Minda, MD Spark Minda, Ashok Minda Group. Gayatri Subramaniam, Director of Association of Women of Business. Meenakshi Devan, CEO, Indian Sanitization Coalition. Dr. Rupal Tyagi, Director CSR, Pool Management Consulting. Sajan Veer Abrol. Atul Mehta, Founder and President of Soulcraft.
It's a great pleasure to be part of this forum, and with Dr. Chatterjee at the helm, I think we are pretty much set for very high and focused impact. We look forward to kind of learn in this forum as well as share our work. Thank you once again, Jimmy, for initiating this, and to you and Dr. Chatterjee for giving me an opportunity to be part of this forum.
It's our pleasure. I move to the next city, Bangalore. We've got Manoj Chakravarti, Chief Operations Officer of IIM Bangalore, has been at the center of corporate governance and citizenship, has been leading this function for the past 12 years. We have Hyderabad chapter. We have Jivitish Reddy, Director, Neeraj Education Trust. Gagan Singh Kohli, Managing Director, Kohli Constructions. Jagan Kotachera, Co-Founder, Chizuba. Narendra Gauri, Managing Director, EP, Process Filters and Accumulators. We've got Nishant Sane, Managing Director, Gaurav Vipa Papers. Praveen Raju, Founder, Suchitra Academy. Mohammad Ahmed, Founder Director, Dawn Education. We move next to our Chennai chapter. We've got Mary Banu, an accredited social auditor at Social Audit Network India and Social Audit Network UK. She's also an SROI and Social Value Trainer certified by Social Value International. We have Mary Banu to introduce the rest of the chapter.
It's my privilege and pleasure to introduce my colleagues here. Mr. Visukumar Gopal is a lead Six Sigma champion and has over 26 years of professional experience in building various centers of excellence and leading corporate strategy initiatives like idea automation, organization transformation, etc. I'm also happy to introduce Mr. Suresh PCI, CEO and Director of Eastern Shepherd International Group, who's been awarded the Corporate Citizen Shield and has earned special recognition by the Deputy Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu in 2010 for his role in CSR.
The next we have is Kolkata chapter. I would like to invite Chitra Roy.
Thanks to DLC for creating this wonderful platform. I have Vikram Dasgupta from Kolkata chapter, an alumnus of Harvard Business School and IIT Kharagpur, entrepreneur of repute, a man with a vision. We have Ms. Karuna Singh, leads R2 Network, CDN initiatives in the Asian continent. Soma Sinha, renowned passionate crusader of CSR and a competent training and development expert with 2 decades of experience. And Dora Chaudhary, leads Flash Foundation, a social justice organization committed to the poor.
The next we have to do is the Pune chapter, introduce Neha Pachamya, founder and president of RESQ Charitable Trust. Ravina More, founder and president of Tahan NGO. Mangesh Gupte, independent consultant and freelancer. Shireen Ali, head CSR WNS Global Services. Mihir Godbole, founder president of Grasslands Trust. Dr. Mahesh Thakur, Director, Carve Institute of Social Service.
Thank you so much, and we really look forward to making a difference, making a change, and using this platform to really ensure that the world is a better place. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have the Ahmedabad chapter. Rajendra Joshi, Director, SAT Livelihood Services. Sanjay Bhattacharya, Head CSR Olympic Foundation. Apurva Oza, CEO for Aga Khan Trust. We move to the Indore chapter. We have Abhinav Malhotra, founder, CEO, advocate, Primus Legal, Supreme Court of India and Madhya Pradesh High Court. Prachi Kasliwal, the Shora founder, Sheringwood World School and Sheringwood Foundation. Amit Dakar, Director, Power Batteries. Archana Bhatnagar, Managing Director, Halite Chemicals Private Limited. It has been amazing speaking to all of you today, and we hope to engage more efficiently, more impactful, and more honestly at all points in time. Thank you all.
To all of you, thank you so much for sparing your time, coming on board, meeting each other. We will see you soon in the next committee meeting. Keep giving, keep living. Bye for now.